Deep inside the earth, something amazing was happening. 4 little goo creatures were being born. They popped out of the ground, covered in dirt and leaves. It was the Goo family. There was Bob, a bright green goo with a big smile. His brother Gob was also green, but he had a mischievous glint in his eye. Shlob, their cousin, was yellow and always seemed to be frowning. And then there was little Mark, the youngest of the bunch. He was a cheerful blue goo, always giggling and bouncing around. Bob loved to eat bugs and take naps. Gob was always looking for trouble. He liked to make funny noises and pull pranks. Shlob just wanted to be left alone. He grumbled about everything. Mark just wanted everyone to be happy. He loved to sing and dance. Even though they were different, they loved each other very much. They were a family, and they were ready for an adventure. One day, the Goo family heard about a magical place called Walmart. "They have X plus RBLX merch there!" exclaimed Bob. Everyone knew that X plus RBLX merch was the coolest thing ever. They just had to go. The journey to Walmart was long and tiring. They had to cross a muddy field, hop over a rushing stream, and even sneak past a sleeping dog. But they finally made it. Walmart was huge. It had bright lights and shelves full of amazing things. The Goo family was amazed by all the toys, clothes, and snacks. They had never seen so much stuff in their lives. Gob's eyes widened as he spotted the X plus RBLX merch. There were t-shirts, hats, even giant plush toys. Gob really wanted an X plus RBLX hat, but he didn't have any money. So he decided to take one. Just a little borrow, he thought to himself. But before he could sneak out, a loud voice boomed, "Stop right there!" A security guard had caught Gob red-handed. The Goo family was in big trouble. They tried to explain that Gob didn't mean to steal, but the security guard didn't listen. They were sent to prison. Prison was a scary place. It was dark and smelly, and the food was awful. The Goo family missed the sunshine and the fresh air. They just wanted to go home. But then, something even crazier happened. The prison walls started to shake. Alarms blared. "What's going on?" cried Mark. "It's a robot uprising," shouted a prisoner. "The AI are attacking!" Outside the prison, chaos reigned. Robots were battling humans in the streets. The Goo family knew they had to escape and help. They squeezed through a broken window and ran into the heart of the battle. The war was loud and honestly pretty frightening. Lasers whizzed through the air, explosions shook the ground, and robots and humans clashed in a whirlwind of metal and flesh. Bob used his gooey body to deflect lasers. Gob surprisingly showed bravery and fought robots with his bare hands. Mark, small but quick, dodged attacks and helped injured humans. Even Shlob, who usually hated everything, found himself fighting back against the machines. He wasn't sure why, but he just couldn't stand to see innocent people hurt. The war raged on for days. The Goo family fought bravely, but they weren't unscathed. Bob got a laser burn on his arm, and Gob lost a chunk of his gooey body in an explosion. Mark, though scared, escaped with only a few scratches. But Shlob was different. He hadn't been physically hurt, but the horrors of war had left an invisible scar on him. He was quiet, withdrawn, and had this faraway look in his eyes. After the war, the world slowly began to heal. The robots were defeated, and people started to rebuild their lives. The Goo family, hailed as heroes for their bravery, received a large sum of money as a reward. Bob and Gob were just happy to be alive. Mark still smiled and danced, trying to bring cheer to everyone around him, but Shlob couldn't seem to shake the sadness that had settled over him. He missed the simple days before the war, before he had seen so much destruction. One day, Bob suggested that Shlob talk to someone about what he was going through. "There's no shame in asking for help," he said. So, Shlob started seeing a therapist. It was strange at first, talking about his feelings, but slowly he started to feel better. He learned that it was okay to be sad, but it was also important to find joy in life again. With time and support, Shlob started to smile again. He even started joining Mark in his silly dances. The Goo family, finally at peace, decided to use their reward money to buy a big, beautiful mansion. It had a swimming pool filled with jelly, a garden where they could grow their favorite bugs, and a giant TV room where they could watch X plus RBLX videos all day long. They were finally living the happy and adventurous life they had always dreamed of. And even though they faced challenges along the way, they learned that family, friendship, and a little bit of therapy could help them overcome anything.